Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And for today's video, I'm gonna do a vlog regarding sa nilabas na video ng Globescope in reference dun sa new rules na nilabas ng IRCC o yung Immigration, Refugees, Citizenship Canada, particularly para dun sa mga naka-temporary visas ngayon dito sa loob ng bansa. That includes yung mga naka-work permit, students, kasama na din yung mga naka-tourist visa or mga naka-visitor visa ngayon dito sa Canada na sakop nung or from old and new rules. Remember, yung tourist visa nagkaroon ng pagkakataon, nagbigay sila ng maluwag na policy para makahanap ng work yung mga naka-tourist visa dito sa Canada last couple of years. But sadly, it ended early last year. Kasama na rin dito yung mga nag-apply ng refugees or asylum seeker and kung paano nangyari dun sa mga decision. They pointed out a lot of advice, lalong-lalo na dun sa mga naka-temporary residents or visas dito sa Canada na mag-e-expire na yung work permit.
Every year, over 10,000 people are forced to leave Canada, and in November 2025, that number is expected to skyrocket. Why? Because new immigration rules are being rolled out, and they're stricter than ever before. Some of these changes are so unexpected that even permanent residents and international students may now be at risk of sudden removal, even if they've been following the rules, or think they have. Could you or someone you know be on that list? What if we told you that something as small as forgetting to update your address or working the wrong part-time job could lead to deportation under the new system? These new rules don't just affect illegal immigrants, they're targeting people who thought they were doing everything right. In this video, we're breaking down the 10 surprising reasons why people will be expelled from Canada this November. Some may shock you. Reason number 7 is the one almost no one sees coming. Number 1. Overstaying temporary visas. Imagine coming to Canada for a fresh start, maybe as a student, a temporary worker, or even just for a short visit. Everything seems to be going well, until one day a letter arrives or a knock at the door changes everything. You've overstayed your visa, and now you're facing deportation. Overstaying a visitor visa, study permit, or work permit might seem like a minor issue to some, especially if it's just by a few weeks. But under Canada's updated immigration enforcement rules, it's now a serious violation that can lead to immediate removal proceedings. In fact, with new biometric tracking systems and real-time data sharing between departments, the government can now detect overstays faster than ever before, sometimes within days of your visa expiring. And it doesn't stop there. Overstaying can also result in multi-year bans from re-entering Canada. Even if you apply again in the future, your previous overstay will appear in your record, and this severely reduces your chances of getting approved. For students, this could mean losing your future education. For workers, it could mean losing a job and everything you've built. So what can you do to avoid this? First, always monitor your visa expiration date. Don't wait until the last minute. If you need more time in Canada, apply for an extension or change of status well in advance. Even if you're unsure about your next steps, it's better to submit something than nothing at all. And most importantly, don't ignore the rules even if you think no one's watching. Because in 2025, the system is watching closer than ever. Number 2.
So meron akong kakilala, just want to give an example, from other province. Nag-share siya ng status ng mga kasama niya sa trabaho. Expired na yung work permit and yung ibang kasama niya hindi na apply ng bagong lamia and then work permit. So, ang nangyari, nakiusap yung employer kung pwede mag-stay muna rito. I'm not sure kung i-apply pa lang ng work permit. Meron ng lamia pero wala pang kasiguruduhan kung meron ng hawak na approved na work permit. So, kung pwede ba daw na wag mo nang umuwi, mag-stay rito. Na-advise ko sa kanya kasi base sa pagkakaalam ko talaga, lalo ngayon, sobrang kahigpitan dito sa Canada, wag kang gagawa ng illegal, wag kang mag-overstay, kagaya nga dito sa nabanggit sa first topic. Isa sa maaaring maging grounds mo, lalo na ngayon, mas mabilis yung decision na gagawin ng Border Security and then ng Immigration Canada, maaari ka mapauwi kaagad, ay mapadalang ka ng dismissal order.
Misrepresentation in immigration applications. It might seem harmless, adding a few years of experience, tweaking a job title, or using a consultant who promises results with forged documents. But under Canada's 2025 immigration rules, even the slightest misrepresentation in your application could lead to immediate expulsion and a ban of up to 5 years from entering the country again. Misrepresentation isn't just about lying. It also includes withholding information, using fake job offers, or presenting false documents like language test results or fake diplomas. In many cases, people don't even realize they've committed misrepresentation, especially when they've worked with unlicensed immigration agents or friends of a friend who promise to take care of everything. But ignorance is not a defense. With improved AI-driven document verification tools and cross-checking systems, IRCC and CBSA are now catching errors and lies faster and more aggressively than ever before. In fact, in early 2025, over 3,100 applicants were flagged for misrepresentation, many of whom were already living in Canada on valid permits. They were given 30 days to leave, no exceptions. And here's the kicker. Even honest mistakes can be classified as misrepresentation. That small typo or missing piece of evidence? If the government believes it was an attempt to mislead, your immigration dreams could end overnight. To protect yourself, never submit applications alone if you're unsure, and always work with a licensed immigration consultant or lawyer, not someone promising shortcuts. Double-check every detail, keep copies of everything you submit, and never exaggerate or fake anything, no matter how small it seems. Because in 2025, one wrong word can cost you everything. Number 3, expired words.
Regarding misrepresentations in immigration's applications. Imagine, ito, mas high-tech na sila ngayon. We're talking about 2025. Gumagamit na raw ng AI technology. Yung border security, lalong-lalo na yung IRCC, para ma-detect yung mga irregularities dun sa mga isasubmit nyong mga applications. And it could go from, yung pagpa-falsify nyo ng mga English proficiency exam like ng IELTS and then ng CELPIP. And then, maaari din pumasok dyan yung mga fake marriage sa trabaho. Pagka mali yung dineclare na, salary and then working hours, maaari pa mabalikan yung employer dyan. Kaya, kasama yon sa misrepresentations na tinutukoy dito sa video. Number 3.
Or study permits. You've landed your dream job or got accepted into a Canadian college. Life's finally falling into place until one small oversight turns into a nightmare. You didn't realize your work or study permit had expired, and now you're suddenly out of status. Under Canada's new immigration enforcement rules, that's all it takes to face removal proceedings. In the past, there was often a grace period, and enforcement was slower. But in 2025, things have changed. Canada's immigration system now uses automated monitoring tools that instantly flag expired permits. Employers, schools, and even government benefit systems are digitally connected. If your permit lapses, you're no longer legally allowed to be in the country, and the system knows almost immediately. This has become one of the top reasons for deportation in 2025. Thousands of international students and temporary foreign workers have been caught off guard. Some were waiting for a renewal decision. Others simply forgot. Either way, once your permit expires and you haven't applied for an extension, you're considered non-compliant, and that alone can trigger a removal order, even if you're working, studying, or paying taxes. To protect yourself, set up reminders months in advance of your permit's expiration. Always apply for extensions early, even if you're still unsure about your next steps. And if you're waiting on a decision, make sure you're under implied status, which allows you to stay in Canada legally while your application is being processed. One missed deadline, that's all it takes in 2025. Don't leave your future to chance. The system won't give you a second warning. Number 4, criminal convictions, even...
Okay. Number 3, expired permits, work permits, and study permits. Even just for one day na ma-expire yung work permit nyo, tapos hindi nyo na-renew, mabibigyan at magbibigyan kayo ng dismissal order. Mapapauwi kayo sa home country. Pwede naman kayo mag-apply ng implied status or extension of work permit like 3 to 6 months before ma-expire yung current work permit nyo. Okay, number 4.
Ones. You might think only serious criminals get deported, but in 2025, even a single mistake like a DUI, a bar fight, or a shoplifting charge can get you kicked out of Canada. The new immigration rules have redefined criminal inadmissibility, and they're not forgiving. Canada now treats many minor criminal offenses as valid grounds for removal, especially for temporary residents and even permanent residents. If you've been convicted of an offense under Canadian law or even in another country, you can be declared inadmissible, meaning you're no longer allowed to remain in Canada. In 2025 alone, over 4,800 people were removed for reasons tied to criminality, a huge increase compared to just a few years ago. What's more shocking, some of these people had lived in Canada for years, had jobs, families, and were building a life. But one wrong move, driving under the influence, a domestic dispute, even a heated argument gone too far, was enough to trigger deportation proceedings. And under the updated rules, you may not even get a second chance. Appeals are harder, timelines are shorter, and enforcement is faster. If you're in Canada on a visa or PR, you need to understand this. The criminal code is now directly tied to immigration law. If you're facing charges or even being investigated, get legal help immediately. Not just a criminal lawyer, but one who understands immigration consequences. Also, be mindful of your behavior in public spaces, especially if alcohol is involved. Something as small as a verbal altercation could spiral into a police report, and that could open the door to serious immigration trouble. In 2025, the message is clear. One mistake can erase years of effort. Number 5. Failure to meet residency obligations.
Okay, number 4, criminal convictions. Ang sabi rito, not just temporary residents, including na yung mga PR, mga permanent residents. For example, na-involve ka sa isang accident, highway traffic, and then nagkainitan ng ulo, then wag naman sana, just for example, may namatay. That's a possibility na magkaroon ka ng criminal convictions. And isa yun sa sinasabi na maring grounds para mapawalang visa yung permanent residence. And worst, ikulong ka muna rito and then denied or mapawalang visa yung status mo as PR.
Being a permanent resident of Canada comes with more than just privileges. It also comes with strict responsibilities. One of the most common and most overlooked reasons people are getting expelled in 2025 is failing to meet the minimum residency requirement. And unfortunately, many don't even realize they've broken the rule until it's too late. Here's the law. To maintain PR status, you must physically live in Canada for at least 730 days or 2 years within every 5-year period. That might sound simple, but in reality, life gets in the way. People travel for work, care for sick relatives abroad, or even leave for extended studies. Before they know it, they've been gone too long. But in 2025, the Canadian government has tightened enforcement dramatically. With new AI-backed tracking of international travel, your entry and exit records are being automatically analyzed. If the system detects you haven't spent enough time in Canada, you could face instant revocation of your PR status, sometimes even at the airport, right when you're trying to return. And here's the kicker. You don't even need to be notified before your status is reviewed. Many PRs only find out they're in trouble when they try to renew their PR card or sponsor a family member, only to be told, you don't qualify anymore.
Point number 5, failure to meet minimum residency requirements. So ito self-explanatory. Ang sinasabi lang dito, para ma-maintain mo yung permanent resident status, you need to be in Canada for 730 days in 5 years. So that's equivalent of 2 years.
Number 6, denied asylum or refugee claims. For thousands of people, seeking asylum in Canada is a last hope, a chance to escape war, persecution, or danger. But what happens when that claim is denied? In 2025, the answer is swift and unsettling: removal within weeks. Canada is known for being compassionate, but it's also cracking down hard on what it considers unfounded asylum claims. If your claim is rejected by the Immigration and Refugee Board, IRB, and you don't file an appeal or leave voluntarily, you could be facing forced removal and in many cases with very little notice. Under new rules, the CBSA, Canada Border Services Agency, now has a fast-track enforcement mandate. This means if your asylum or refugee claim is denied, you could be given as little as 30 days to leave the country or risk being detained and deported. In the past, appeals and reviews took months or even years. But in 2025, enforcement has become lightning fast to clear backlogs and send a strong message. Many claimants think they can stay hidden or buy time after a refusal. But with enhanced biometric checks, automated address monitoring, and even tracking through healthcare records, the system is far more efficient at locating people who no longer have legal status. Number 7, caught working illegally.
Okay, let's stop from there. So, regarding point 6, denied asylum or refugees, ito hindi lang dahil dun sa mga meron ng decisions ang Immigration Canada para dun sa mga nag-apply and then hindi na-approvean yung refugee claim. Marami ngayon nabalita na to dito sa Canada. Few months ago or late last year, yung mga na-expire ang student permit and then yung ibang nagwo-work dito sa Canada, nag-expire na rin yung visa nila as work permit. Ang ginagawa nung karamihan, nag-apply ng asylum or refugee status.
Good intentions. Maybe you're a student picking up a few extra shifts, or you're visiting family and someone offers you a quick job under the table. But in 2025, unauthorized work is one of the fastest ways to get kicked out of Canada, and many don't realize they're breaking the rules until it's too late. The Canadian government now uses real-time tracking systems to detect illegal employment. By linking SIN numbers, tax filings, and even employment records from companies, authorities can easily spot when someone is working outside the conditions of their visa or permit. And under the new immigration rules, this isn't just a violation, it's grounds for immediate removal. Let's be clear, if you're in Canada on a visitor visa, you cannot work, not even as a volunteer for a paid role. If you're an international student, you can only work the hours and types of jobs allowed by your study permit. And if you're on a closed work permit, you can't switch employers without government approval. What makes this especially dangerous in 2025 is that employers are also being monitored more closely. Companies caught hiring unauthorized workers face huge fines and blacklisting. Number 8.
Okay, working illegally. Actually, pwede naman kayo mag-work basta legal, lalong-lalo dun sa mga naka-open work permit, alam niyo naman yan. Pero, ang ina-emphasize dito, yung mga nag-under the table, ika nga, yung mga naka-tourist visa na andito sa Canada, before nigyan ng pagkakataon yung mga tourist visa na makapag-work dito. Kaya lang, last year talaga naghigpit sila. Nagkaroon ng crackdown and then in-stop yung policy na yon. Number 8, violating public health and quarantine rules. It's basically the same as during COVID times. Number 9, so self-explanatory naman to, security risks. So that includes yung mga nagpo-provoke or nagpo-promote ng terrorist act, then hate, protest, or something else na magiging cause ng kaguluhan dito sa Canada.
Today's Canada, what you post or who you're seen with can determine whether you stay or go. Number 10, dependents or sponsors breaking the rules. You may have done everything right, followed all the laws, submitted every document, renewed your permit on time, but what if your sponsor didn't? In 2025, your immigration status can be threatened by someone else's mistakes, especially your spouse, parents, or the person who sponsored you to come to Canada. Under Canada's updated immigration regulations, if a sponsor fails to meet their legal responsibilities, it can lead to the removal of the person they sponsored. These responsibilities include financial support, no criminal activity, and honest documentation during the application process. If they fall short, you pay the price.
Sabi rito, your dependents and or sponsors breaking the laws. So it's just basically saying na lahat ng actions na gagawin ng mga sponsors na nagpapunta sa inyo ng mga kamag-anak nyo or family nyo, if ever na gumawa sila ng illegal, dama yung applications nyo. paulit-ulit nilang ine-emphasize dito sa bagong rules in 2025 na critical yung permanent residence. Talagang may possibility na ma-revoke yung PR status. Kaya make sure na huwag kayong gumawa ng illegal and i-follow lang yung Canada laws and wala kayong magiging problema.